All right, 6 o'clock, December 9th, 2025. Let's call a meeting to order. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic
for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Looks like you looking to a higher power. I'm looking down south.
He was doing the side eye.
I'm already on that. All right, if I could ask everybody to silence their cell phones and keep the comments to a minimum until the end of the meeting. If you want to talk, public comments, or sign up for the public comments. All right, council roll call. Mitch Moore. Here. Barbara Lowborn. Here. Martin Smith. Here. Absent, Christie Nugent. All right, has everybody had a chance to read the minutes from November 11th, November 20th, the regular scheduled meeting and the special meeting?
Yeah, I make a motion that we accept the minutes for the town council meeting November 11th and the special meeting November 20th.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Carried by all. All right, council reports. We'll start with Mitch.
Nothing at this time.
Barbara?
I do have something. Let me pull up my notes here. I talked to Christie the other day about the webpage that they don't seem to be getting into on us. And I was looking at Morgantown's webpage, and it's so cool. I think that we should maybe find out who's doing theirs and think about switching, because I don't know why it's not up and running.
What are you wanting that's not up and running?
Well, it is up and running.
We're not able to take any payment accounts or anything like that until we get the new software.
Okay.
Right now it would be, they're coming in to do all of our trainings in January, and they said we should be up and running by April.
Well, so just if, in your own time, kind of look at Morgantown's and see how much knowledge it has on all of it, because it's really, it's very, very knowledgeable, and I like to put some of that into ours.
Is that our IT person doing that versus outside vendor?
Yeah.
Anything else? Barbara?
Not this time.
Martin?
Okay, yeah, I talked to AIM last week and this week. I talked to Jewel, who's at Morgantown, and I also got in touch with Jared Limbaugh. And he's supposed to be getting us all the quotes and everything that we need to change our insurance, to also hopefully include better insurance for less money that we have to pay, and also looking into benefits and everything for retirement. Like 401k or something like that, so, and it's time. So he's supposed to get with me on the 18th at the town hall, and me and Barb are gonna be there, and we're gonna talk to Jared, and then go from there, and then we'll bring all that up to the January meeting to see if we can change everything and go with him, because what AIM does is he has a whole bunch, the company has a whole bunch of insurance companies, and then he can get the better amount, you know, because how many insurance companies they deal with. And according to Jewel Levin, who's over in Morgantown, they saved, I think she said it was like $16,000 for better, is that what it was, Lee, about 16?
I'm not sure what was that. I was thinking maybe she said last night 14 or something, but a significant amount.
And for better coverage.
Yeah, and for better coverage.
Even, I mean, for everything, so, And they also, he's gonna be talking to us about 401Ks, some type of retirement for all of our employees that wish to sign up.
So you have, well, you're gonna attend that too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to make sure that.
Now, is that something if we vote on and approve it, can it start immediately or wait?
Well, that's what I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
Are we on a 1 year?
No, we pay
Month
premiums
to month?
once a month. Correct?
We do pay premiums once a month, but it's from year to year.
Right.
So
So
if we
we-
pay
It's January to January.
Is there any way we could have it like a 3 month?
Well, you can cancel your.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
Oh, you
have
still
to
can't,
cancel
okay,
at any time,
okay,
yeah.
okay, I just wanted to make
And-
sure that we wasn't stuck.
No, it's not a contract.
Right.
No.
And Jared also told me that depending on if we decide to go with this, he said by March that it should be able to be in effect for all employees. Is that what he told you? Okay, but,
I did not ask any questions, I just.
okay, he said, because he's got all, you sent him all the paperwork,
Yes.
and then he's got it all, like I said,
Let me ask him.
he's gonna come back the 18th of this month, and we're gonna go over everything, and then we're gonna present it to the board in, January, and if everything goes right, Jared will be here. And, basically, that's what I've been missing.
All right. Department heads, Bradshaw,
Yes, sir.
anything for the council?
I do not, other than they're wondering when we're going to pay the remaining balance on the top of.
Okay, we'll discuss that later on this evening, the whole business. Mike?
Just been working on locates, work orders, had worked on the salt spreader, had put a new starter on it, so we can start it from inside the cab instead of having to pull start it. Had put brakes on my truck, changed, put new, cutting edges on the snow plow for it, I had to have it custom made, because there is not a dealer around for that anymore. So you've got the lights put up today for the Christmas lights.
Thank you.
Had Keystone come in, fill up the generator for the winter. Baston Logan is gonna be coming in Thursday to inspect our filters for the water plant. And then they will also be coming in and doing an inspection and, maintenance on the wellheads as well. They'll let me know when they can get that scheduled. Let's see.
How's the progress down at the sewer plant with the new building?
So they've got the electrical building, they've started putting the walls up today. And then, I don't know if they started on the chemical room yet, but they've got the walls up on that. So, but the new guy, Eli, he's doing really good. He's, getting things going down there, and I've been helping him on some stuff. Just guide me, that way he knows how things operate down there.
Good.
That's it for me.
And we had a power outage, last week or earlier this week, but
It was not a power outage, it was, they had to take and cut
They
the
had to
power.
cut the power, but-
So they can take a limb off the power line. There was a big limb hanging over top of primaries.
has the IMPA been driving around checking for any potential, last thing we need is to have a widespread outage, later on this winter, snow, have they been?
I mean, everything should be good, they just went through and put the new poles in, and and that they've been in, I've had them come in and they put 9 new lights up, street lights. They gotta come back and do another one yet. They didn't have enough for all of them, so, throughout the town. Yes.
Because I haven't noticed,
Yeah.
like, so.
Hey, remember when you first started and you would tell everybody like how many work orders you did? And it seemed like the crowd enjoyed that.
We had 24 work orders.
Thank you.
That was it for the
Because
month.
I think that,
60,
they kind of want to know.
65 locates for the month of November.
Thank you for that.
All right, Lori,
I don't have any.
are you gonna discuss the
guess I do have
Capital
something else.
improvements.
Wait a minute, he has something else.
So I talked about needing another salt spreader, and Christie was supposed to get with you guys to, we found where we can take the money out to get one. We just need the okay to go get it. That way I have a backup, because like I said, if something happens to that one, then we don't have anything to put salt down.
I kinda talked about that here, a minute.
Well, after, when that one died, kinda left them in a bad spot. That they were rushing to get it going.
You know, we've got a couple other projects,
Yeah,
so.
I don't think right now. we-
I mean, I'm not saying no, we're not gonna,
I mean, we have the money for it, so.
right. Well, like I said, we have a couple other projects that we,
If that goes down, and it will, because it's it's a gas motor. So, I mean, I don't wanna be scrambling through the night trying to fix it. Cause like Monday night, I worked all day Monday, then come in that evening, and then worked until Tuesday morning.
So just don't
I didn't get
talk
home until
into that.
9.
Oh,
was it the
right.
engine that went down, or was it actual, some of the mechanics of the actual spreader?
Well, the chain knocked off of it, and
Maybe we should trade it in. How about something like that? Because apparently it's not that old. That we,
they're not
I
gonna
don't think we
give,
should have.
they're
it
not gonna
returned.
give you anything for it.
Yeah, I don't think they.
I mean, it's running, it's working good now.
And
It's
can
just,
we not rent one? If like that one was to go down, can you not rent one?
no. It's less than 10 grand.
So
Technically,
you
I
know,
really,
so much, like much, but right now with our financials, I feel,
Do you know where she was, where that was gonna come out of?
Lori, you remember where we
That's what I'm
found it?
looking for. I know you and I talked about it.
It's in the, MVH,
Yeah.
equipment,
Equipment. I remember something equipment.
yeah.
Do you have some estimates already?
Yes.
You'll present to the board next month?
I've given them all to Christie.
Okay, so we'll be here next month then.
If it-
Yeah, in the MVH, under the machines and equipment is 18,742. So that's what it was.
We had earmarked that money for something else already.
No, we're already in December and everything's, what we got from
All right.
in the appropriation.
MVH.
Yeah, it's on the third page at the very top.
That's not the funding report.
No, the
Like I
appropriation
said,
report.
it'll have
There's
to wait
only
till,
2 pages to the funding
we'll have to wait till January, unless you guys can produce it. Get it voted on tonight and produce it for first.
Yeah, we get, it's 20,000 is what we have appropriated every year. And then we have 18,000 left.
report. She said third page.
It's the third page. It says machines and equipment, and under that is paving.
All right. Anything else, Mike?
So is this coming out of the
No,
jail?
Yeah,
I've
it's
done all
the
that.
NBA, motor vehicle highway. Yes, that's out of the general. You guys appropriated $20,000 for the year, and have only spent,
$2,000 of it.
1,000 to, yeah, about $2,000.
Like I said, when Christie's here next month with the,
I mean, that money would be replaced in January, correct? Or when?
Yeah, it goes back to 20,000.
Right. So,
Yeah, unless you get, an invoice, and it can be encumbered.
You don't lose anything.
it goes back to general
It
funds.
just goes back to general fund.
It can be encumbered, right, or,
But until I seen it,
yeah.
at least
So
two.
if you can get that, give it to Lori, you can try to get it encumbered, that would be great.
All right. Are you gonna discuss the, capital improvement project?
Yeah, that's fine, it's on.
Okay.
it's in-
Actually, I'll get to park board first. Kirby?
Cookies for Santa, December 20th, 11 to 2.
It can be put, I can put it on tomorrow.
I mean, if we want to get business and get the town booming and get stuff going in the kids' park, I think we need to start posting some of that stuff on Facebook. If it's good things the town's doing, to go get it out, to get, you know? Because just doing it in this form, nobody's gonna know.
Yeah, and the park board don't have a Facebook page.
But the town person does. So,
We could put, like,
if there's collaboration between the town park and the town board, everything's not siloed, everything's cross-talking, that's how we all get along, that's how we can spread the word, that's how things can get going better for the community. Just a thought. Don't bring it back.
Anything else for the, board, Kirby? All right, back to, old business. I'm gonna skip around a little bit, capital assessment project, we already had a.
yeah, that was last month when I presented it. We need to have this done. We need to have it done before the AFR that's due, the 2025 deadline. I gave you the same thing last month. If you have any questions, to reach out and ask him or talk to him, so I didn't know where we were on that. He tabled it last month.
So it looks like for $12,000, people come in and,
Do all of our inventory for the town. It's supposed to-
Well, it's $120 an hour, hopefully, he's hoping to be able to stay in that, right, range,
Yes,
but yeah. Depends on how much you get.
but we have to be
Yeah.
compliant with the state,
Compliant
and it
with
has to be done.
Right.
It's never been done.
That's another thing I seen on the town's website, they have that all listed on their website.
Their inventory? Yep.
I'll make a motion that we, go ahead and, earn mark the, $12,000 for the capital assessment project. All right, I'll be favorable for Vernon. Look it up.
I do have a question. Where is this gonna pull from?
That we can. We have got some in, the remaining in our edit, that's $118,000 for the ARP has been put back into the ARP. That was taken out of the different funds out of edit. And then what was owed from that BGEC, the tax, consultations, that was paid out of professional services. So all that money has been, put back where it was supposed to have gone
So there's,
initially. So the whole thing has been put back into our funds. Let's see, I'm thinking we could do,
is this the actual amount that we're looking at here after you put money in different places?
no, this is from November first to November 30th.
So we don't know
This
how.
is showing you what was all spent for the month of November, what's remaining, because this is only 9 days in of December, so no, this is not,
So we don't.
it's
know.
not on this appropriation report, no.
So how much did you take out of where for that?
The, professional services, the remaining was like 13,000. I can print you off a
The
current,
remaining.
the remaining now out of the professional services,
We only had
0.
14 in there.
Right, I only owned, we had 13 remaining after I
And you
paid
took the
somebody
rest
else.
out of what?
And then I did the rest out of edit. And I have it all
What page is it?
printed out in the office that shows exactly where it come from, that of course you can come in and look at. That would be on page 6.
Next page.
We have the operating supplies, and we have other services.
Edit operating supplies, is that what you took it from?
Yeah, I just come out of there, and the other services and charges.
Oh, up at the top,
Yes.
category 3,
Yes.
and category
then I can, the APD is printed out, and I can most definitely come in.
So how much money do we have left in there?
Off the top of my head, I don't know, like I said, I'll get printed out tomorrow, and show you current up to date as of,
You put it back in the water, right?
no, I put it in our art fund.
Which, what do we pay for out of our fund? And it,
Yes, it's all of the salaries and the benefits.
so it can be all of them, not just water anymore?
No, because you all designated it to come out of art funds, all the water salaries and benefits is to come out of art funds.
So it's only water?
Yes, yes, that's what was decided on last year in December.
Yeah, because we didn't realize. So, how much do we have in our water fund?
That's having in your fund report.
$22,086.89. Is that correct?
That is
$22,000.
as of November 30th, that is what's in there. Under operating.
Have you put that money back in there, then 75,000?
All of that's been cleaned up, yes,
And we still only have this
yes.
59,000 that we're.
It's 85.6.
Huh?
It's 85.6 is when they're,
That's after that 150,000 that the general owed, the $275,000. That's the general owed the water.
no, we didn't zero out the water.
The general didn't know the water?
Huh?
The general didn't know the water?
No, the general did not owe the water. The water owed the general. It was insurance that was to be paid, because all of the insurance got paid out of general, and then you're supposed to take each fund, electric, water, and sewer, and replace it back into the general. There's like one check that gets paid out, that's how it used to be done. It was one check out of the general, and then you're supposed to transfer the money back into the general. And the water and the sewer owed the general that money. So that got put
When we
back.
talked that one time,
And, yeah, and I wasn't right.
and we didn't have the money to pay it back.
Right.
Out of the account.
Right.
So they're still not.
No, it is all done, there was nothing left on there, all the money's been transferred. So when you come in and do bank recs, you will see it's not there anymore. I had to reach out to local government services and have them hold my hand to get that figured out, because I was baffled and couldn't figure it out.
I've got a question. If we spend $12,000 for this assets management, who's gonna be responsible to keep it up to date? I mean, if we spend that kind of money and just let it fall back to where it was.
Everybody's gonna have to, the police department's gonna have to do their inventory, maintenance have to be doing their inventory,
Right.
bring it into the
Right,
clerk's
'cause
office.
they can't
so that I
access
can-
Gateway.
No, right, well, and that way I will have an inventory list, and we will just keep adding to it.
And if there's some sort of format you want it in, that way you can do your data entry.
It should be on an Excel spreadsheet.
Okay.
So was it edit that you were thinking to
Yes.
take it out of?
And we even have, how much is the river boat? I don't think we had that river boat.
You know what page river goes on?
14.7. Riverboat operating.
And we also have, CCD other services.
You also have what?
On page 6, at the very top, the first lines, CCD, other services and charges. We could come out of there.
I think you would add the CCD.
CCD,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So, that answers my question, so now we can carry on with the vote. You had made a motion.
I made a motion.
You had seconded.
And I will, add that we take it from the CCD fund.
I did add that on
Okay.
there.
All in favor?
I know in the past, it's always just been voted on to approve the money, but we've never really.
Tell me where you
separated
want it from, yeah.
This has always been.
Yes, we can show and look at all the different places, and then you tell me where you want it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Carried by all. Alright. Alright, we're gonna jump down to the, 2026 salary ordinance. I know last month we talked about, giving raises for people, and then since then, been discussed, and we don't have the money to proceed with those raises, and we need to discuss whether or not, we have to rescind those raises or find the money from somewhere. Town marshal, he was getting a raise of about $10,000, up to $65,000. You said potentially the money's not there, or, he has to come from general.
Right, it comes from the general, to do what you're wanting to do for both, that would come out of the general. We're already upside down as it is anyway, and if we raise that any higher, another $14,000, it's looking, and then in 2028, we're not gonna be getting, some edit money, and that's like is it 172 or 100 something $100 we're gonna be getting. So by the year 2028, we would have to let someone go.
But we can encumber some of that money that we have
That's using the money we have.
in the general, that we can encumber.
Yes. Yes, I can show you right here. There is 426,000. The revenue that we'll be getting in 26 is 378,000, that leaves 805. With operating costs of 409, that leaves us a balance of 395 for the end of 2026. If we do the raises and then the full amount of the fire department contract, that leaves us an ending balance of 356,986. And each year, that's just gonna get lower and lower and lower.
Well-
I'm not willing to take that raise away.
You know, to me, it's all about retention. We've got good employees that work here. They have many years of service to the community and have done it for a good while with minimal raises at best. So,
We might have to go through our general, sit down and have a meeting and see what all comes out of the general and see.
but we're kind of between a rock and a hard place because we got till end of the month in order to.
No, that's
You
not.
get done.
That's not true.
That's
Well, I
not-
mean, if we want him to start his new paid schedule
Oh,
first of
I
January.
thought you
That's
were
right.
talking about the budget.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm
that's
sorry.
We have till the fund gets lower, so we have a minute that we
Right.
can do that.
You're saying 2027, we're gonna be.
I'm trying to look at the broad, of what are we gonna
Right.
do in 28, what are we gonna do in 29, what are we gonna do in 30, because there's gonna be continual raises, higher fire department
But
contracts.
what are we gonna do,
We're gonna have-
between now and then if we don't?
Oh, I'm just
Yeah,
trying
we
to
have-
give you years
Right,
in advance,
right.
I'm trying to look forward, I'm not
And
just
I
necessarily looking at
understand
the right
that. I
now.
understand that.
You guys do what you want to do, I'm just trying to, my job is just to give you the numbers, and that's
Well,
all I'm doing.
I say we proceed with the, proposed, pay increase, to both the marshal and deputy, and put that on the, put that on the calendar for high priority, going into the first of next year until we get something figured out.
I don't know what you're saying.
For the first pay in January.
Yeah, I
To
just,
pay it?
I'm not saying, yeah, I'm not gonna, go back on my word.
I'm not either.
So I say we proceed with paying the increase and then, you know, have to really dig down and try to find the money for, you know, following year or the next year, 2027, so.
So that's a motion.
and
Make
maybe-
a motion.
Are you
Well,
doing it for the
what
whole
is the motion?
Well, I'm just saying, I'm
I'm gonna say
going,
we just need to look at the salary.
well,
That's-
as it was discussed, it was just the pay increase for the marshal and the deputy marshal was the one
The
that's
only
questioned.
ones are on general.
The rest of them come out of the different utility funds and there was no, cause for concern about not being able to pay them, but the marshal,
We're not sure about that even, honestly. We'll have to look and see what it does to our bank statements within utilities when it happens.
Those aren't as dire as what the
Yeah.
taxpayer would.
and
But I make a motion, or, did somebody make a motion?
I think,
One other thing too, I think that we need to get Troy up to the senior, pay salary for, maintenance.
I agree with that, I agree to just stay with what we originated with, but I'm willing to give up.
well, I know the president,
Council raise at $100 or
Yes.
something
Give that
to help out whatever needs to be helped out.
I'm in favor of that.
Mine too.
Maybe.
I'm good with that.
So I say we take that completely out. The budget.
So you're wanting to leave the 2025-8 the way it is, except disregard the council members. But how he has it written is what you're wanting.
Except for I want Troy to be,
Well, we would just
We
write,
like-
we
we
write
like
his
both of
name.
them.
So yeah, that's what you guys are, cause that's what.
Well, I know,
Done.
Christie as president had asked for some documentation from Troy.
And she got it.
and she got it.
She got it.
And-
I
Oh, she
get-
didn't?
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I have yet to have a discussion with her
okay,
about
I
it,
can
so.
fill you in on that. Troy has been here that long, he has been doing a lot of other things. He's actually done the plumbing, he's done, uses the backhoe. He's learned, in fact, Mike's been teaching him on doing the operation of the backhoe, he already knows how to use it. In fact, he's been using it, and he has done a lot of the stuff that the town he's supposed to do.
Right.
He's just not a grass mower. And so,
I just talked to Christie 2 days ago, and she told me she never received it.
really,
It was in her basket.
it was in her basket,
Yeah.
yeah.
I did.
Okay, Mike, what else is Troy doing?
Anything that, I mean, you ask Troy to do anything, he does our water lab, he does all that for the water plant. He goes out and does all the work orders with, he and I both. Like today, he was in the bucket putting lights up. He knows how to run the bucket truck. He's, like he said, he is learning how to do the backhoe. He can run it,
Yeah.
he just needs to learn how to dig.
Yeah, it takes time.
But that'll take time. So,
I'm for Joe.
he can work on equipment, he can do about anything. He's, like Marty said, he's not just here mowing grass.
But no, I understand that, I have yet to see the documentation, whether it was received or not, it has been presented.
I seen it, it was in Christie's, in her,
Okay,
and then, Lori and Marty and,
how much of the pay increase is that?
We agreed to 22.
Yeah, I'd like to get him up to at least 25. That way he'd be at the same with Eli.
Eli has a lot more knowledge than
Yes,
he does.
right, he does, I'm talking about,
And he's a supervisor.
well, Eli will be getting more as he gets more and more acquainted with everything, that's what you guys talked about. But Troy's been here over 4.5 years, correct?
3.5.
3.5, okay, 3.5, and everybody thought he was just a grass mower, but he's not.
Never.
No one's, I don't think they've ever thought that, I know I've seen him down in the holes before.
And he's not afraid to get in there and do it.
I personally think that should be tabled until, some documentation is produced.
You already produced it?
I have yet to see it. He did not,
Right, the full council hasn't seen it.
Yes.
you know, we've got one person seen it and we got 4 people voting.
We'll have to have a special meeting then,
Yeah.
because this has to be done.
No,
We can- we
we'll
can-
do that
No,
next year.
No, listen just a second. You have to set salary compensation for elected officials prior to the end of this year for their compensation in 2026.
Right.
With regard to compensation for everybody else, you can decide that whenever you want.
Okay.
We can always amend it, adjust it as, you know, if it
It
goes
is-
to a week or two, the
it is
year,
cut-
the same pay rate as right
But
now.
the same
it
thing,
is
we have
custom.
to approve Brad, so he's not gonna get it,
He's not gonna get it until you approve it.
Right,
right? Exactly.
right.
So if you want it to start tomorrow, you gotta approve it tonight.
Yes, it'd be
Right.
nice to piecemeal the whole thing, or put it all together and approve everything at once, but, you know, until I see documentation, I really can't justify
We'll
it.
just, we'll give him the
This-
22 with, cause we can always change it.
This will approve pays for everyone
Right,
at their current rate, you know, their current position.
right,
And not bump Troy to the senior position. He will still get a raise in his position, for January 1. Once we receive that documentation, we could have a special meeting or a January's meeting.
Yeah, January.
We could agree to transfer him to the senior position
Okay.
at that higher rate.
What about the back pay from?
There ain't no back pay.
It won't be, you won't be able to get it until after.
No,
You
there's no back
can,
pay.
you can back pay people anytime you want, however much you wanna pay them.
If we
so-
don't do that,
But
we
these,
just sit in the
but
rate
these
now.
wages won't go in effect until January 1.
Yes.
Right.
So,
Are you wanting him to be the employee 4? Is that what you're doing?
And let me point out, on the draft, I think you have in front of you, there are 2 employee 4s, that's a mistake.
I
Oh,
seen that.
sorry.
So, we've got wastewater, we've got maintenance supervisor, we've got wastewater plant supervisor, we've got utilities public works superintendent, should be, I don't know how you wanna call these people, you're talking about these other designations that, I don't know what that means, senior or something like that. This can be written however you want, but with regard to Troy, what are you talking about? Who most fits the description?
Either
Senior.
employee.
We don't have it by name, we have it by position.
It would either be employee 3 or employee 4.
His
Whichever
utility
one they
public
choose.
works employee for.
So in the order of things, we've
On the
got
bottom
9.
4, the second 4.
Okay, well, but we don't even need 2 4s, do we?
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna strike, this one that says 22 an hour based on an order,
That's what we have him at. That's what we said we.
but this says no more than 30 hours. Is this a part-time
No.
position?
That should be a,
Do we have a part-time position?
No.
So I'm taking that out,
Okay,
okay?
yeah.
All right, so then, if we look at Public Works employee 4, that should be 3. I mean, how many Public Works employees do you have right now?
just one. To be short.
Well, no, you don't.
Well, you've got the
Right.
supervisor, we've got the wastewater
Okay.
plant, and then we have
How many?
Troy. So
Just
3.
one more? Okay, so then he would be Public Works employee 1,
Okay.
right?
But we don't
Okay.
have a one, right?
Well, we're have to fix a whole bunch of this.
Okay.
So Utilities Public Works employee 1,
Okay.
what is that pay gonna be?
Do we even know
23,
yeah, I thought it was the 23.
Okay, the 23.
23, then.
So he can be 1, 4 can be 1.
23, Public Works employees 23, and then that's it. We don't have any other Public Works employees.
No.
Okay.
And we can add one at
If
any
any
time.
time.
You can. So the way I've got it now, and you all can make these decisions, and I'll send a revised salary ordinance down for Christie to come in and sign. But the way it's, with these changes, we've got, maintenance supervisor,
And that shouldn't be right neither at that 36.06 an hour.
Yeah.
Because Brad being, the marshal, this says 65,000. If we're paying maintenance 75,000, why do we have him by hourly?
because that's just how it's been done in the past.
What should it be? Me and Chrissy talked about that the other day too.
And Brad's not exempt? He's not an exempt employee? You are or aren't, or does anybody know?
I've been exempt salary since 2014.
So then that's probably why it's that way.
Well, he's an exempt employee, he's salary too.
He's not exempt from overtime, right?
No, yes, he is.
No, that's not, he's not eligible to be exempt from overtime. The police officers are, there's an exception under the Fair Labor Standards Act for police officers. There aren't for utility employees.
Well, we need to talk to Chrissy about that, because we were understanding, and that's why we gave him the money that we did, that he was gonna be a salary employee.
Okay, salary's got nothing to do with it. It's whether they're exempt from overtime or they aren't under the law. And I know, everybody talks about it in these terms. I think a lot of times when someone says salary, they mean they get a salary and they don't get paid for overtime. But we need to talk in terms of whether they're exempt or non-exempt employees
So we need to
under
lower
the Fair
his
Labor
pay
Standards
to
Act.
match his overtime.
I don't think, thinking about what might, how many people do you supervise?
Troy. And I mean,
Two at most?
yeah, be one right now, but it'd be hopefully two.
Okay, I think under the Fair Labor Standards Act, they have to meet certain criteria, and I don't think Mike meets that. In other words, it's not up for you to decide, it's under the Fair Labor Standards Act whether you
Well, it
can
is for us to
treat him
decide
as
if we wanna
exempt or
lower it.
not. Huh?
We do decide if we wanna lower it to make it. where-
Barb, that's not the question I'm answering.
I know
Of course, you
saying.
can set compensation whatever you want.
Yep.
What I'm telling you is, you can't decide that he's not entitled to overtime, that's not something that's within your discretion.
Well, I haven't been
That's
getting
illegal
paid
term.
overtime.
You have not been?
No,
No.
Okay,
I've been getting
It's
comp
comp
time.
time.
oh, okay, well, that is.
That is a compensation, yes.
Right, yeah,
So,
that's a different
I didn't know
form
we
of
did-
overtime.
I thought we stopped
Right.
time down years ago, I don't ever remember voting on comp time.
You don't
you
remember
gotta
what?
compensate for
Gotta get
something.
something.
We've never voted on comp time to consider wages, many years ago. So,
Don't know anything about that.
well, of course you don't.
What,
Why wouldn't you? I believe you were here when that happened.
tell me what happened.
We did away with comp time.
To pay overtime instead? You have to have one or the other.
Yeah.
If
Because
you don't get
we were
comp time, you have to
paying
pay
out
money.
too much money at the end of the year.
Okay, but if you voted out comp time, then you have to pay money overtime instead of giving time off. But you gotta do one or the other.
So, we get all this comp time, do we pay them at the end of it, or do they lose it like their holiday?
No, you have to pay that.
So at the end of every year, we have to pay it.
No, you have to pay that when they terminate their employment.
What we can do is limit the number of hours they put in a week unless it's an emergency, power outage or something like that.
Typically, there will be a requirement that only so many hours of comp time can be accumulated. And they're under, back to the Fair Labor Standards Act again, I think for non-police employees, I think they can only accumulate 260, 280 hours or something like that, and then it has to start being paid.
And that's a time and a half, right?
Yeah.
So that's
Right.
a lot of money.
Well, it is if they work a lot of overtime.
But with Charlie and Sean, we had an agreement, like, if they worked over, then they were supposed to, if they could take time off that week. So
Right, that's
they wouldn't
typical too.
have- Yeah.
But that is comp time.
Theoretically, if he maxed out on comp time at his current rate, additional $14,000, we'd have to.
Time, a half, one.
Yeah, 36 times 1.5, Lee said 260, I believe. So that's a lot of money we'd have to allow for in the budget in order, which,
Well, the
I don't anticipate someone put an additional 260 hours in above and beyond.
The whole reason that governmental entities can give comp time instead of
9 or
overtime
12?
is so you don't
9 or
spend any
12
money.
hours.
You don't need any more money in the budget.
I thought that was the
But
last
you
page.
said if he doesn't use it comp time, would have to
I
pay
don't
it out?
I
on
did do,
termination.
I did do pay days.
If he doesn't use it up by then.
Right.
Right.
So,
I can tell you tomorrow.
Okay.
what was that?
She
I'm
can
just
tell us
talking
tomorrow.
because tomorrow's. I'll let you know.
So I make a motion, we, strike the, increase for the counselors, keep the marshal and deputy marshal at, their current rate,
And everybody else at the rate that we.
and actually keep, Troy at the current rate until documentation is provided, then, this first week or two into January, we can bump them up and discuss back pay if necessary. Like I said,
What was the council member pay before? What is it currently? It's,
Fifty-eight, 34, 95,
and it was gonna go to 6,
6,000 even.
so we're going back to 58, 34.
95, and the president's 250 per quarter, an extra 1,000 annually. So
So-
the president would be.
So the difference is $160 a year?
Yeah, it's not much,
Yeah, not much.
but people on Facebook were telling me it seems like we were getting a big amount.
Yeah, they
So
were-
I just say do away with it.
Yeah, they were only doing 160 something a year.
Okay, 58, 34, 95 per member,
Except the president.
and,
President gets an extra 1,000 annually.
without having
Okay.
it.
Perfect.
we got a motion, we have a second.
Well, wait.
Well, the only thing
Can you
other I
hang on?
have,
Oh, hold on.
Can you hang on just a second?
Uh-huh.
So, the public works utility, number one, that we're now, that's how we're, that's Troy, right? You're wanting that to be 23 per hour? Okay.
now is he getting comp time or
Nothing's overtime.
They're getting either comp time or overtime.
I just have,
Yeah, one or the other.
Yeah, he very rarely ever has.
And we get it every week, cause we gotta come in and do samples for the water plant.
Well, now he's been getting a little bit more than normal, but in a normal time, they hadn't been. But it hasn't been very much at all. It's not like 10 hours or anything like that.
It's not fair either.
so this is the first time on this ordinance thing that I have seen benefit health insurance and retirement contributions as provided by the town and full-time employees in the amount of, on terms as provided by the town council. And the other one talks about the vacation, holidays, sick pay days, and personal days, purpose proposed to the town employee policy manual. Now, I know last month, we didn't get to talk about it, but that, on that list Christie had, she was wanting us to talk about the holidays, pays and all that, so she wanted that. When I talked to her that one day, she said that shouldn't be on there and the retirement should be on there. That's something maybe you can talk with Christie about.
Yeah, I just drafted this salary ordinance in the way that I have done them over the years other places. And what I think is much better than how that Brooklyn ordinance has been done in the past. I sent it out as a draft, as a sample, as an example, to be reviewed and considered. So that's why that language is there. I know it hasn't been there in the past, but it is customary, I think, and State Board of Accounts, I think, is accustomed to seeing salary ordinances that look more like this than what, than how Brookings has looked historically.
Yes, we're supposed to show,
Hmm?
we have to show the benefits on our salary ordinances.
Well, we didn't in the past. Right.
But we're supposed to.
And leave the section in here that is in parentheses as provided by the town full-time employees. That covers,
It just means that
What we
everyone's
have.
entitled to whatever the town council decides to provide for them from time to time.
right,
Yeah.
okay, I'm good with that.
Although we're supposed to include it, this is left pretty wide open in general, so that the council preserves the discretion to change that as it sees fit.
Because if we was to change holiday pays, whatever, we would just do an addendum to our,
Town policy.
town policy, right?
Right,
Okay.
that's by default to the town
All right.
policy.
Thank you.
Almost like it's here, but we're pointing to something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think everything else is good.
I'll second the motion.
All right, we got a motion, we got a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Carried by all. Alright. Now we're gonna jump up to the, police department vehicle loan. I know, I wasn't here last month, and it was approved that the, police department can give out a vehicle for the vehicle that was wrecked. There was $15,000 that was applied toward
That
the,
was down payment on the new cruiser. And we all got approved unanimously to get it. Evidently, we did not know that there was certain procedures.
Well, the bank needs a loan, they require a loan from me, I just need to know how much you're borrowing, what the interest rate or the maximum interest rate you approve, and what the amortized term of the loan is.
We'll see.
So I
Well,
can
it's
fill
been
in the
a month.
blanks.
Why, it's never taken us a month to do this, I don't understand that.
It wasn't decided at the last meeting, and so
Decided at the last meeting.
Well,
what's the loan amount? Do you know what the loan amount is?
Yeah, what was it, Lori, with,
38,000,
Say something.
170.
On this one?
yeah,
Is that the number that you guys approved at the last meeting?
Yes.
Okay, and the interest rate?
That's,
that's, I
they need to
didn't,
pick that out.
we did not realize that we had to prove out an interest rate.
We've never.
Well, you need
done
to authorize,
one
you just
before.
need
No,
to
so we
approve
never
it.
have done it before. So I'm glad that we're, if this is the way it's supposed to be, let's just start doing it the right way.
Okay,
And then you got the piece of paper in front of it, that Laura provided.
I did not print one out for me. I printed that out for you guys to pick which one you're supposed to.
Right.
oh, okay, yeah, this is exactly right.
So,
So they are to decide on what term, months, and payment.
Well, and the interest rate is tied to it, so
Yes.
what is the amortized, what's the term of the note that you wanna pay?
there's three
Well,
different,
It can be 36, 48, or 60 months.
right.
how much were the payments on the last loan we had, Brad? Do you know off the top of your head?
I was not ready to, I don't know.
More than
the
that.
answer to that one.
656.
Alright, the closest one of that is a 60-month at 4.675, $716 for a loan for, I believe, $38,170. We
did
wanna-
have- So out of the general fund over here, we have $12,500 that's appropriated for vehicle payments for me. So if that helps
Each year,
each year, yes. So there's $12,500 each year.
Right.
That was appropriated in years past for the vehicle fund for the pay payment.
so that's over 1,000 a month,
Yes.
right, so, okay.
So we could even go down to 48 months.
Or scratch up another $132 and take it down to 3 years, 36 months. They'd offset
Yeah,
it.
well, the 12.5 that's already appropriated
Yeah,
is
we'd be there.
1,041, so we're $100 short, but we're also gonna be coming up short other places in the general,
Right.
so.
But for
Here's-
now.
But the money you save have a lower rate, a shorter term, which compensate that.
Yeah.
Here or there.
I'll go 3 or 4.
You know, let's go 4, play it safe.
So, 38,170, for a term of 48 months at an interest rate of 4.375. That's, so if somebody moves to approve the loan on those terms, and has to vote on it. And then you have met the procedural requirements for me to give an opinion letter to the bank.
Do I make a motion that we go with the 4 year? What was interest rate?
4.375.
4.375 interest rate on the loan.
$869.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we couldn't do anything.
Got a motion?
Oh, and I'll second.
I got a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody else?
I have a question, so can't we, because they're wanting to know what day this week we're gonna pick up the car, can't we take it out of another fund, and then, once the loan's approved, we put it back in that fund?
Yeah.
Cause I suggest that we do something like that.
Or Allison can leave.
But it'll take, I can send it in the morning.
But that doesn't mean, cause they said 2 weeks last time, and it's been a month.
No, they just need to know the terms, and then you guys need to designate somebody to go and sign a loan. And then it could be signed and done.
We ought, yeah.
Let's just leave it with
Yeah,
leaving
he's
alone.
got to do the, as soon as you turn that letter in,
Huh?
yeah, and then you just need to, on who's gonna do the loan.
So is it gonna be done this week?
You know, depends on who you designate to do it.
Well, who can,
You
I
usually
can
the
go
one,
anytime.
okay, you
Lori's
wanna,
usually the one that, well, I should say Cameron's always the one that did that. I would, and that's kind of like Lori's thing.
well, I think the council needs to authorize someone, its members or somebody, to execute the loan documents on the town's behalf.
I can go anytime.
Then a motion authorizing Marty to execute the loan
I
documents.
make a motion that we authorize the party to execute the loan documents for the loan for the police car.
I'll second.
Got a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Can we take it out somewhere now so we can go get the car and then do that?
They'll have the loan
Yeah.
tomorrow.
We'll have the loan tomorrow.
Yeah, so we'll have the card in a week, 2 at most. We'll just call them
Yeah,
tomorrow.
I can go tomorrow.
Call the,
Afternoon, mid-afternoon.
call the dealership tomorrow and just let them know what we're doing, if the loans get approved in the next few days.
Brad, you need to
Look,
give
Brad.
me, give the information I need from the, company we're buying it from.
There we go. Lori's got the quality.
Okay, then I'll get with you
You'll
tomorrow.
have, yeah, you'll have to get a hold of the loan people. I don't know, I don't know how it works. With them going in, just get the loan.
Why don't we just have Lori do it, because she's authorized on the bank statements and she knows who to talk to, and she's talked to her.
Yeah.
Well, then I reset that and let's have Lori do it.
Thank you.
I was just wanting to make it work
Yeah,
quick.
yeah.
I make a motion to let Lori do what needs to be done on getting the loan approved.
All right, second motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
It's you now.
I'll vote for you. All right,
Never said it Tuesday.
back to the, volunteer fire department, contract. We'd last month, offered, I believe, 105.
No, it wasn't.
10%.
It was 97.
No, okay, 97.
It was 10%.
Okay.
I wrote it down, it was 97.5.
They went back for their, leadership, they rejected that offer, and they came back to us with, I believe, 105, pick it up real quick.
150. Or 105, yeah.
105.
Yeah, 95.6.
It was said,
Then Lori sent us a thing saying.
I got it. It was said in between, this meeting and last meeting that we didn't have enough money to pay the 95, after the fact, so, we need to dive into that a little bit and find out if we have the money to meet or offer what they're asking for at 105.
No.
Okay, well, I mean, that would've been nice to know the night of the meeting we were talking about it and offered it, so after the fact. now-
We were like 95.6.
Okay, the 95, but you're saying we don't even have the 95.
Yeah, I had said the highest we've got is a 3%,
Okay. You didn't say it until after the meeting then?
so.
She wasn't there.
Right,
wasn't there.
I understand.
No, I mean, I spoke,
Yeah.
Right.
but like I said, just like with the, from what I had shown, years to come, the more it's gonna come out of there, the less we're gonna have
Right.
ending balance every year. You guys can do whatever you want to, you just gotta keep in mind that years to come.
Well, I hated that they turned that 10% down, so we could have been done with it.
I mean, we're stretching if we go to 10%.
Two hundred and five.
Well, with that being said, it's being said that we can't even pay the 97.
This is what we voted on, this is what it's gonna take,
Okay.
Yeah.
this is what it's gonna take. You know, keep in mind, that 105,000, that's the cost of 2 department heads in an
Right.
organization. And we're talking a whole fire department, community fire protection.
Right.
But we're telling you we can't, but
And
I would be willing to try to give them the 10% that we originally promised them.
You know, it's like insurance. Some years your insurance goes up 2 or 3%, some years it goes up 20%. Our cost for operating the fire department have exploded since 2020. And that's the money we need to be able to operate, that is it. You know, we know that you've got financial money problems with your budget and stuff, and yeah, you've got money, but it's gonna eat away at your capital that you've got, which she's explained. But you also have the ability to do, some taxing starting in 2028. You can do local income tax.
Maybe in 2028, but that don't fix us.
We do have lead.
Yeah, you're gonna lose lit, but you have the option of going back and putting lit on.
That's at county level if they choose to do so, we have to
No,
ask.
You actually have that for town level in 2028.
That's what I read from something I got.
We know it's gonna take away from what you've got saved up in the bank, but we're trying to provide another year. Just like you guys did with the salary ordinances and stuff, you guys took away from some of the savings. Well, it's gonna take some of your savings to keep us afloat, to keep us going. Otherwise, come January 1, where are you gonna be without fire protection?
We got a backup plan.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
What's that?
I'm not saying.
Well, Brown Township and Mooresville will not come because of mutual aid agreement with us, the fire department, not the town of Brooklyn.
Okay.
If you go to another department and ask them for a figure, it's gonna be 3 to 5 times more than this. You're getting fire protection for very little,
We
For the whole
cannot
picture.
give you guys what you're asking for.
then we cannot provide the coverage that the
Okay.
town needs.
That you're obligated to provide.
At a price we can afford.
You know, if you had your own, if you ran your own fire department, you'd be talking $2 million to run a fire department. And we're asking for $105,000. That's, we don't, our chief doesn't get paid, our assistant chief doesn't get paid. You know, and like I said, that's the cost of 2 department heads, $105,000, or 2.5, 3 employees.
It's just hard to believe that you find, and not to knock this because he deserves it, but you can pay your town marshal another $14,000 pay raise, but you can't give us a $18,000 raise for fire protection.
I think that's
So we
what,
were saying
I think
$5,000 to have firemen not show up on calls numerous times throughout the night? While you guys sit there and soak up the park line
No, we're gonna.
during the day?
Don't really wanna get into that.
Yeah, do you want to get into that? Because we will.
All right, we're gonna,
And all the members of our community. I know we don't want to get into
all
that.
right.
No, we're not, I'm not prepared to.
No, we're not gonna start this discussion.
But I'm just saying, $105,000 is cheap for fire protection.
I understand, you know, I'm very pro fire department,
And we're trying to
but,
improve our
you know, I mean, I
service.
understand the fire department has gone away from the volunteer basis to where there, people have to be on-call paid status, so now you have two different departments, you have volunteer departments, and you have the on-call.
And this is just, you know.
And it's a lot of the build up this community, there's not a bunch of businesses where people can drop what they're doing.
But we're trying to do the minimum of the staffing,
I know.
in daytime, 5 days a week.
And when we're trying
Like
to.
we talked before, it should be 24/7.
Right, I mean, exactly, but, you know.
And when it comes to territory, it'll go down.
Hmm?
And when it goes to territory, it will go. But we're not territory right now, and we can't afford to pay it.
Well, we tried that years ago to go to a fire territory, and the community voted us down. Because number one, they didn't trust the members on this board, and they didn't trust the county commission.
Well, the members on this board have nothing to do with the fire territory.
Yes, it
Yes,
is.
you
That comes
do.
out of your
Yes,
taxpayers'
you do.
money.
No.
There's a member of this board to be on the commission of the fire territory.
The Brooklyn County Council would have to vote to go into a fire territory.
At one time, John, you said the tax levy was not at its highest that it could be right now?
What, your tax levy?
Right, you showed me.
I don't know where your figures are. I don't know your actual financial numbers and stuff, because there was no, 2025 annual budget report done by you guys. I think that's some of the problems you guys are in now. So I can't tell you. I just know that you guys at the end of 2024, or at the end of 2023, you had almost $300,000 in the COVID fund still, and you used that money for the contract.
We never had that kind of money with COVID, did we?
$290-some thousand at the end of 2023.
That's the art money that's being, that was,
That was the money that was
That's
used
the
to
art
pay the
money.
clerk fines and stuff.
that's been paid back.
Yeah, well, they had to
Yeah.
pay back. So that money was available. unless you
That money
lost
was,
it.
that's already been designated last year,
Yeah.
so.
All of it?
We can't, yes, so that cannot be used.
Well, public service, to the service to the people, the safety, and the police and the fire. This is something that
No.
is really detrimental to the town if we don't have adequate people.
No, we're,
And in
it's
order
our,
to keep people.
we're very well
In
understanding
order to
that.
keep people
All right,
trained.
we're not in public comments right now. We're
Well,
trying
by
to,
that time, it'll be all over.
I understand, sir. You know,
Again, now, like I said, look at the broad picture. If you
I
run
know.
your own fire department, you're gonna be millions of dollars.
I understand that, we understand that.
And we're asking for 105 to give you protection.
Right.
We asked for 115.
Yeah, we've come down to 105. 115, and 115 is breaking even. We told you that. 105, we're gonna be in a deficit.
We asked for the same money from the township. They were able to come up with the money. And they met their request, our request.
Is that Clay Township?
Yes. Yes.
So when you guys send out your letters for donations to the police department, how much do you guys usually bring in for that?
The last donation was done a little over a year ago.
I don't.
Brought in about $20,000.
Oh, I donated last year.
I don't know.
It's
What do you think we can offer?
Around average of 15.
Okay.
But that helps keep the thing like a regular.
Right.
And we have no reserves.
All right,
No, I'm just curious.
we're gonna offer 10%, the best we can do right now.
Well, I think you need to let the whole council vote.
Well, I'm gonna squash this conversation.
Well, that's fine, but ultimately the decision.
Right,
is
I,
mine.
I know.
It's for a majority of you. It's-
I know, but I get control of me.
I get it, I get it.
Thank you.
I'll make a motion for the 10%.
I mean, Lori, you said 3%, but, you know,
I'm not.
well, you've looked at it. I'm not asking for your opinion, or I'm not asking for your approval, I'm asking for your opinion.
No, I don't have an opinion. I give you all of the information,
Okay.
how much money that comes in and goes out. And
Kevin,
it's
I think the fact that we are already having to dig, starting in January, to find the money to pay for the raises we're
Right.
paying for, we're just gonna have to dig a little deeper
Right,
and find it.
right. I'm,
The 10%.
We've spent the last 6 months with this in our hands, and we're down at the 11th hour,
Like we do every year.
like we do every year.
right,
Just pay the $105,000 and be done.
right,
That's not guaranteeing the 115 for the following year.
right.
I make a motion, we pay the
Hang on,
105.
hang on just a sec. Barb, did you make a motion? I thought I heard you make.
All right, we
Is
got a
is there,
motion.
is there a second to Barb's motion?
I'll second the
For the
motion.
110. Okay, all in favor?
Let him call the vote and ask if there's
All
discussion.
right. We've got a motion, we got a second, any more discussion? We're making a motion for 105,000.
I didn't say that. I said the 97.5. I didn't
No, she
say
said
that.
10%.
Okay.
This is the 10%
Okay,
increase,
we're-
which is the 95.7.
We have 95.7, which was our original.
10% increase that we offer.
So that's Barb's motion. Now, are you seconding that?
I'm gonna second the motion for 97,005.
95,700.
Okay, 90. I got a motion and a second,
And
all
then
in
dis-
favor?
and then discussion?
Any discussion?
Why do we have-
All in
I've said
favor?
my piece.
You're gonna have to
Well,
ask-
I don't see where we can say we can't pay the 95.7, but now we're gonna offer 110, so. How much more digging?
We were also told we couldn't raise the rate of our PD, and we did.
Right.
So like I said, we're gonna have to dig.
So-
We've got the money to pay it next year. It just keeps reducing the amount of money that
For
we have.
next year on their little paper, they want 115. I mean, the other 15.
Right.
Well, that's why a month ago, when they were asking for a 30% increase, I said, let's do 10%, 10%,
And we
10%,
voted on
and
it.
gradually build it up to the 30% increase over 3 years versus trying to dump it all down there on the plate one day.
And they took that number and they denied it at their meeting.
What, the 10, 10, and 10?
Well,
No,
no, we never
We can't
voted
do
on
a
the
10,
10.
No, but
We cannot do that.
we
We don't
voted
know
for a
what's gonna be.
10% increase at the last meeting, the 95.7. They took it to their meeting and denied it.
Right.
So why the hell are we gonna take it right back to them and say, this is what we're gonna offer?
Because
They're gonna
that's
tell
what
us to
we're
get fucked.
Good job, bud.
We're getting that.
So, I think 105 is where it's at.
Well-
Unfortunately, that is where we are at.
Not really. We're the voting people. It's up to
Yeah,
Marty.
we can vote and they can tell us where to go.
So that you had a vote and a second, and Kevin, a motion and a second, and Kevin called for the vote. So each of you needs to cast a vote on the motion to pay 95.7?
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm gonna rescind my motion for the 97.5. Or
It's not your
95.
motion, it's your second, Barb's motion.
Oh, okay, I'm rescind my second. I'm gonna go with Mitch, and then if you think we can find 105,
I don't know if we can or not, but we
Well,
don't know if we can find the money
we
to
can't-
pay
we
the
can't
PD.
offer money.
So we have the money right now, we're just gonna have to pay it and find it later, just like we're doing for the PD.
We don't have to do that.
We can't afford another raise.
well, I don't want to be writing checks that town can't Can't cash.
We can pay it next year.
Okay. You got a motion for 105?
I've got a motion for 105,000.
We gotta turn ours down first. Did you rescind it?
I rescinded mine.
He rescinded his second, so you don't have a second on your motion.
So we got a motion for 105. I'll second the motion for 105.
Discussion
Any discussion?
on that? Can you call for a vote on that?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You know, I'm gonna, I've got the final vote on this, and I see Barb's point very well. I didn't wanna give him the 105,000, but I hate to say this, we can't get it any cheaper than 105,000 for views. There's no way I've checked into it. So I'm gonna go aye with 105.
All right.
Sorry, but, yeah, because there's no way we can get it cheaper.
I knew that you talked to him, but I did want it.
No.
Well,
And you need to ask for votes opposed?
I oppose.
any opposed?
Yeah.
All right. We have 3 to 1 in favor. Need to get back to the leadership and vote on that now, or is that what you're?
Now, we're good now, all we need is signatures. My signature's already on. Yeah.
No, this is for 115, so we need a new 105.
I thought this one, they sent out.
Oh, I was looking wrong. Yeah, the first one says 105. I looked at the
So
second
they could
one.
have changed the wordage in it, so you could
I had it
make
here,
sure
it was
that
105.
it's approved with the proper verbiage, because, you know, how that works.
Yeah,
That's up to you guys. But you haven't read it with the verbiage.
Christina being there, so I didn't.
It didn't have to sign tonight, does
So
it?
you might want to
I
add
know,
that.
I just, okay.
We can call a special meeting for.
You just say that, because you're not
For what?
gonna be here next week.
Yeah, for signing anything.
Won't be here all year next year.
Okay, so let me ask,
Not for
are you
everybody,
approving,
for-
you're
I'm approving the one, they've already gave us.
approving the contract?
Yeah, approving it.
Okay. No.
This top page is not the contract.
Right.
I have it right here. I just printed everything off.
Can anybody read it word for word to make sure it's all right? Because.
So help me understand. You, what you just voted on was the amount that the council's approving as payment to the fire department for 2026.
Right. The one on-
That's done. Now, are you think you have not approved the actual contract?
No, we're good now. All we have to do is sign it and then.
But have you approved it? I mean, Barb's questioning the actual document itself.
Yeah, you
So,
know how
I-
I have to look over one per
Right.
word. Somebody needs to do that or make a motion for it to be approved if everything,
Okay.
If you read the previous one, there's no changes.
Other document.
we've seen that before.
then one thing you could do would be to approve the contract as submitted on the condition that it is in the same form as last year's contract,
Yes.
or this year's contract.
Well, not-
And on that condition, approve it and authorize Chrissy to sign it. Say so moved and seconded, if that's.
So moved.
Second. Right, so is this verified that it's same terms or same verbiage with the new rate?
It's the same verbiage as
All right, well-
the original 115.
We're gonna let the president of the council.
We need to call for a vote, right?
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, Carrie Bell,
No, I didn't.
Well-
Nay.
all opposed? All right, 3 to 1. I believe that's all the old business.
Lori, we have to do away with some, you wanna do away with some of the bills that people have to pay throughout the year?
Yeah, that's the new difference.
So new business, writing on some of the debt How much do we have?
It is, in the last 3 years, this has not been done since, 3 years ago, it is $4,580.
Well, that's great.
Yeah,
And most of that is,
people either passed, or, we just couldn't get money out of it. And it would cost way more to go to litigation, if you try to give $120 or $300 or whatever dollars. So, and that's why we attached every single account, and I gave you the total, so that you can show that, so I can show you what it was. But yeah, it's a total of $4,580. 84 cents in the last 3 years is all it, we did, I thought that was pretty good. Yeah, it was 20 to 30-something thousand dollars.
I was looking on some of the names on there, that's kind of shocking.
So I just need permission to be able to write those off.
all right. We have a motion to approve for Lori to write off, $4,580.84.
I'll make the motion.
Got a motion, we have a second,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Carried by all.
Thank you.
Is that the standard, everybody every 3 years?
It's supposed to be every 2, right?
Before, it was almost yearly, everybody was utility work, it got less and less, and now it's every couple of years, we have to do it.
All right. Make a motion, we, maybe look at the bills yet.
We've got conflict of interest and nepotism.
That's, yeah,
Just
I just need to
fill
have,
out.
yeah, you don't have to, that is just for you guys to fill out.
Okay.
I will see to have that before January. If you need to see how you did it last year, I did very last response with you.
Do y'all understand what this is every year?
Yeah.
So I just need to have it done. And if you can turn it in sometime soon, it'd be great. Okay.
Does everybody have a chance to look at the
Does the
claims?
board ask to see those in an audit? Have you ever had them ask for them?
This was my first
I
audit.
think I've had my other books that have never asked for
And,
them.
they did not ask for it.
But you sure hate not.
But I do have files
Yeah,
for
good.
it just in case.
Good, good.
You were able to make a payment for the awning.
I got another task force, we won't get all of our tax money on the general part, the other, I will have to out of the electric bars or on the payment, we haven't got to do yet. We get it in some. They sent me a form and it says this is on bill.
I don't know why they just drop them off at the office.
I don't have one.
I make a motion with it.
All right, got a motion,
Second.
a second, all in favor? Aye. All right. Comment, please.
I think it's one.
Keys?
Yeah.
I asked that during the public comments, people are allowed to have the floor without actually step up to the microphone. I've got a D. Pugh.
Thank you, guys. I have a couple questions. Can we pay the bills online?
Not yet. As soon as we get the new, software up and running, it's supposed to tie in with the website, and then that way we can.
Okay, because I know, there are a couple, like my daughter works shifts where you guys aren't open. She doesn't want to put it in Dropbox because it's been overlooked before and she's had late charges. So she can't get it in because you guys are closed because of our hours. So that's why I'm asking for the bills being paid online. And then are the minutes posted at all on the website? Because I know other towns, Barbie brought up other towns are doing that, so.
I have seen that they have been, yes, and
And
that's
I
something
think
that
that's
I,
actually requirement to do.
I did ask if we are able to have like a login where I can just go, if we have events or something put on, that we can put on the website, and they said that we can't do that. And I told them, I said, I
But every-
understand why, because it's our website.
And every town, Mooresville, Martinsville, all the other towns post their minutes, because people who can't come do like to pull up the minutes and just look, just.
Even their board members.
Yes.
Yeah. But, and
Everything is, I think it's a law that it has to be posted.
And they can come in and ask for the minutes.
Right, but not everybody wants to come into the office because we work. So if they're posted
But Jill
online,
has
they're
to
there, we
remember.
can click on it and do it, so I think that's, and then, as a taxpayer, my opinion, and this is my opinion only, but you guys are looking, where can we get money? If the office is closed and you guys are no longer doing newsletters, do we really need 3 people in the office?
The office isn't closed, just the lobby.
I understand that. But you guys aren't doing the newsletters anymore, there's other things that you guys aren't doing anymore. So I'm just asking, I'm not like shooting targets, it's a legit question, because I know when I worked at the town, we didn't need 3 people in there. And we did newsletters, and we folded it, and we read the meters, and we did work orders for the maintenance people to go out and do it. And we did rereads, we did all of that, and we did it with 2 people in the office. So I'm just saying, if you guys are trying to look for money, do we really need 3 people there? So that's just a thought. And then my last question is, if everybody's been overcharged on their electric, when are they getting that money back?
It's already started on the December bill.
How is that working?
It is the tracking factor is at a negative dollar amount. It was supposed to have been at a 0, and it was at a 0.04 cents. It has been put at a 0, and now it's put out as a negative number. So if you could look at 1,000 kilowatts that was used in November and look at the 1,000 kilowatts that were used in December, the December bill is a lot lower in the electric portion of it.
Okay, so what happens if somebody leaves? So if my daughter puts her house up for sale and she leaves, and she was overcharged for those 3 years, how are you guys gonna rectify that?
That has been asked,
I
Mr.
mean,
Porter had asked.
And it's a legit
And-
question to the board, because you guys didn't hesitate taking the money, but now you're hesitating taking it back, or giving it back. So how are
We're
people?
not hesitating, we are giving it back, but I understand what you're saying with people that have moved.
I mean,
and
it
that you guys
is,
have brought up. I
because
do
it's our
understand.
money, we could, I mean,
Yes.
you guys are talking about the COVID money that could be put for fire hydrants, or police department cars, police department raises, stuff like that. We need that money for our food, we need that money for all the raises that's going on with our utilities, with the gas, with the trash and everything else, so, I mean, when the previous person was there saying, I don't know, you can't pay your bill, you'll figure it out. And now you guys were taking, and I say you guys, I'm saying the board was able to go ahead and say, oh, well, we're signing off on this, we're shutting people off, but yet you guys were taking everybody's money. So how is that situation gonna get rectified?
I think we'll have to do it on a case by case and have some metrics, you know, we can't just have everybody come to the office, it's like you said,
I think
on
that
the onset,
we
you,
can press the obsolete.
well, I'm just stating my opinion here now. You said earlier on that you could go through every single account for 3.5 years and figure out the difference. That would take more time than you would have, and you would need more than 3 people to do that in the office. So
But
maybe,
like you said, that would be a case by case basis.
so maybe we can,
Got it.
maybe as a board discuss some metrics, you know, if someone's, either moving or whatever, you know, set up some
Right.
sort of plan to do
To
a
help that person.
lump
So
payment.
we
Yes,
could go
but,
back and see who has
but
moved.
try to pay every single person back in
Yeah.
town with a check, it would take more time than it's, you know.
I mean, not necessarily even paying them back to the check, but you want a credit on their account.
Right,
We're doing,
but
I mean, I'm not
we're doing
saying
over,
cents, but-
No, on everybody that gets an electric bill now, there is a credit, you don't see the credit because it doesn't show it on there. There is one on there, but for,
cents
per kilowatt.
per kilowatt.
What I'm thinking that you're saying is for the people that have moved, we can go back and look at the, deposit refunds that we have given out. And I could try and calculate out those years, and we could give them that check that
if
way.
you can find those people, I mean, if they,
Well, yeah, we have to get their forwarding address, so we
Right.
can give them their refunds on their deposits.
right.
So I'm
So
just
we
asking, I'm not
Right.
saying I'm demanding, I'm just asking,
Yeah,
you
no,
know, because
I
I
think
think there's a
that's
lot of people who contact me, and I don't know why, but a lot of people contact me and say, hey,
you're not
Because I
saying.
used to work, you used to work in the town, so I know how some of that stuff works, so that's why I'm asking, I'm not sitting here shooting targets, I'm just literally asking
Right.
because I'm being asked, and I'm not in your guys' position, thank God, but, you know, people want me to come and ask these questions.
Right,
Is
and
there a
as soon as found out that what was gonna happen, it was addressed to the board, and as soon as the board found out, it was addressed to the public, and we're
Guys,
still
we have
No,
a
I
quiet
appreciate you
place.
guys telling us.
working through the
And not
process.
just hiding it, right,
Right.
so I
Yeah.
appreciate that, so I'm just asking.
Can I
And,
ask you,
Thank you. And I just wanted on the record, thank you guys for everything you do with everything that just happened. I don't think they get enough credit. People on Facebook are saying, why are you guys out of town? Well, I can tell you that when my daughter's in town and something happens at her house and you guys are out and you need backup and Morgan County comes in, thank you, it's a collaborative partnership. And I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
JR,
Go on, ready to get out of here.
all right, I got a, Les, the maybe,
I think you left.
he left, all right. Roger signed in, fire department. Very good.
Fire department. We're okay.
All right, the last name, I can't read it, I don't even know.
Jim Whirling,
Yeah, I guess that's it.
I'm on there. I'm gonna bring up about the electric utility. So you said this last bill is way down. I calculated, you charged me for 12 cents per kilowatt, right?
No, it's 13 cents per kilowatt.
Okay, I
That's
round
the,
up
that's the
to-
rate, yeah.
Okay, REMC puts it on every bill, what they charge you for kilowatt. They charge, and I'll round up, 13 cents. So you are now what REMC has been for years, okay? Last month, you charged me 14 and a half cents per kilowatt. The month before that, you charged me 19 cents per kilowatt.
Each kilowatt is 13 cents. There's tracking factors and fuel adjustments and taxes that
Well,
are added
okay,
on
if
to
you
that.
go back to that, the adjustment for fuel
Uh-huh.
with RMC is only 0.8 of a cent adjustments for fuel.
Okay.
So you're telling me your adjustment for fuel is 4 to 6 cents?
Yes, 0.04. And then the tracking factor was at a 0.04 also. So, but that tracking
So
factor now is wrong.
why does electricity in Brooklyn cost so much more than out in the county?
I didn't do the rate studies. I just billed. So that is,
So the Attorney General told me I was supposed to contact the Regulatory Commission.
okay.
Do you even talk to the Regulatory
We're
Commission?
not a member of the IURC.
Yeah, that's what I want to point out to all of you. You guys just make up these
We
numbers.
still have state laws that we have to follow. We're just not members of the IURC.
Well, how are you gonna pay us back for these 3.5 years that you've been overcharging us when you're only at what RMC is at now? How are you gonna pay us back? That's to you guys.
And our electric has nothing to do with one another. Now, I have REMC, they're high. I paid a lot more than anybody's paid around here for years.
Well, it's on
But now
every
our
bill
bills
on
now-
RMC, they tell you how many kilowatts you use a
Ours
day.
is cons.
Yeah, ours doesn't have that big, long breakdown. It would be awesome if it did.
Why can't you put what you're charging us per
We don't have
kilowatt
this-
on your bill?
That's not ours, that's not the software that we used.
Well,
I
then you
don't-
need to
I
get a
don't
new
think-
computer.
It's not the computer, it's the software company that we use.
Well, you need to get a new software company. I'm just saying, every other utility in the country does that, except you guys. I'm done.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Public comments?
Yes, sir. My name's Tom Kaufman. I know you people have had some problems with the fire department, and people are complaining about the police department. But like she said, you need you need people to take care of our public safety. Now, whether whether the town has got our own department, or we contracted this one, or we have a PD with 2 people, or we have it with 1 people. The public safety is what the key factor is. Now, I don't know what the answer is, but I do know that in order to train a policeman and a fireman, you go through an awful lot of work. And if we can't pay them or give them some incentive to stay, they go someplace else, and then you've got to train more people. So consequently, it behooves you people to try to make things work out. I know it's hard, and I fought for money just like you people do. But by the same token, it's things that have to be done. And now you contract with the fire department, it gives you a whole year to figure out, hey, maybe you can start your own department cheaper. I doubt you
I doubt
can, but I'm just telling you, that's the situation we're gonna have to go through.
And believe me, if money was there, we would have given them the full $115,000 they were asking for originally and been done with it months ago, but, you know.
Hey, I fought the fire department, I fought the budget for years. But it is, that point brought up about territory, that is a factor that can be done. But you have to have the whole township and that town to go together. Whether that can happen or not, I don't know. Well, thank you.
Thank you. Dave?
How much money have we got earmarked next year for paving?
We don't know.
I don't know.
You set a budget, you're supposed to know where you send the budget in. That's what's wrong with this town. They don't, the labor, everything is not being set before the budget goes in. And that's what you have to do. When you set a budget, it says in there how much you're setting for next year, and I just want to know how much for next year. You know how much the policemen are getting, how much the fire department's getting. I don't know about the paving.
Any answers?
Hold on, guys.
Just don't stroke out.
I did hear something on the radio about the state of Indiana, so they earmarked, I think it was 100.
With the MVH, is what
It
you
was like 115 million for the community crossings for next year. I was listening to it on the radio earlier, but as far as what we've got,
Insurance, repairs, and maintenance.
you have restricted MVH.
So do you get the money from the state for the roads then?
If
From
you
the,
ask
from the
Trina,
registration for the
it's-
cars and stuff, you guys get a certain percent of that?
I don't see MVHR on here.
On page 3.
I don't want you to stroke out.
Well, column 4 and column 3.
I'm looking at the actual budget. Our budget for ones. So the MVHR is not on here.
is there MDA?
Yeah, it's under 6,000 wages, operating supplies is 6,000, which is like for gas. I've got salt and sand, bit materials, insurance, repairs, equipment, street signs. Oh, MVHR, street and alley repairs, 25,000.
Okay.
25,000.
Well, that's it.
That's
That-
it.
that- that-
MVHR
This
budget.
town never had anything less than 90,000.
Wait a minute.
Now that, if that's what you have in restricted,
That's in restricted.
you have to have at least, I think, half of your MVH in restricted.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that they can't spend other funds on paving if they choose to. So that may not be a complete answer, but there isn't a line item that says paving.
Yes, there always used to be.
Just on your.
Not in the budget, there isn't. There might be, the budget that gets submitted and approved by the Department of Local Government Finance, I don't know that there's a line item for
We
paving.
have, it says local road and street paving contract matching is 50,000.
Okay, well, then that's typically MVH, but okay, that's fine. So then it's,
So we've got the
so you got
50,
75.
75,000.
Okay, so there it is.
75.
75 is What?
And then we have the regular NVH also, which
That's
is
right,
another.
and you can use some, you can
Yes.
use that too if you want.
Which is another 25,000.
It's just a restricted has
So
to
there's
be
the
spent.
100,000.
It ain't the same with benefits up there, right?
All right, there are no more public comments.
Motion to adjourn the meeting.
The motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
All in favor, carried.